this woman read the outline for this movie, and she said she wanted to play Michelle Robinson and help me produce the movie and do whatever it took to get the movie done. And she did play Michelle Robinson beautifully, and she did do everything in her power to get this movie made. My producing partner and the star of the movie, Tika Sumpter. As a leading man playing a young Barack Obama, Parker Sawyers. Any questions?
Any questions? What's your favorite color? How true to life is the story?
Tried to be as true as possible. The activities, for the most part, on the date are accurate. They did go to an art exhibition. They did have lunch afterwards in the park. They saw Do the Right Thing, which had just opened that weekend. They did have a kiss outside of Baskin-Robbins while eating chocolate ice cream. There's some debate as to whether or not the community organizing meeting happened on the first date or somewhere in the early courtship, but it just made sense dramatically, so I put it in.
And who was your screenwriter for this?
That would be me.
Oh. You mentioned that you had read an outline or written an outline?
Yeah, this was an outline that I had written for sort of what the movie would feel like and what the perspective would be like taking place over the course of the day, and that landed in Tika's lap, and then we met about it and decided to team up.
You in the red shirt? You right there.
Sorry, yeah. What would be inspiration / motivation for the dialogue of giving the speech in the community center conference?
You know, by the time because that's the middle of the movie, and by the time I got to that point in the script, I don't want to sound too artsy-fartsy, but the characters were kind of talking on their own. And so I had read a lot about the gardens where the president had organized in his 20s, and I felt like I had a sense of what was going on in the community at that time, and you know, just how his voice might sound if he was trying to reason with the community or inspire the community. So I just gave it my best shot.
Sorry. White shirt, right there. You. Yes. You.
What was the reason behind the movie? What motivated you to do this movie?
It's just the look that the Obamas give each other. You know, it's there's something special there. And I think that's rare in people. I think it's especially rare in public figures. So I was fascinated by that. And then when I read about the first date, it was just such a great movie dynamic. You know, the woman is not interested in the man for whatever reason, and he's got to, you know, win her over the course of a day. It just felt like a movie.
Now you in the white shirt. Yes.
I read somewhere that they haven't seen the movie yet. Do you want them to see the movie?
Thanks. We're really proud of it. You know, I think we worked really hard on it, and it's something that I would be honored, you know, for them to see this, and hopefully, you know, fingers crossed that they actually like it, you know. But it's a love story, you know, no matter what your affiliation, your political affiliation is, you know, it's a love story. I think everybody can relate to that. So it comes from the heart, and we're genuine about it. We didn't do it for a political reason, so.
Are you aiming to continue making shorts for a Showtime miniseries closer to Michelle's 2020 presidential bid?
Michelle's like, I'm ready to go. No.
In the scarf?
I wanted to ask Tika and Parker what it was like portraying President and First Lady of the United States and what you did to prepare for that role.
Yeah, I mean, we filmed this in a short amount of time, so we had to really be prepared. And Richard made sure that we did a lot of those shots in one take, like long shots, just walking. So it's like 8 pages of dialogue, and we had to be really prepared for that. But I read a lot of books. I think the one that helped me most is Craig Robinson's book, Game of Character, because it really describes Michelle as her younger self. And the great thing about, people always ask about if we felt pressure. I don't think we really did, because we're playing them in a place where nobody has really seen them and they don't know what that was, So we got to play and enjoy it rather than feeling the pressures of being the president and the first lady. They were on the road to who knows, but that was the exciting part. That was the juicy fun part as artists.
I just sort of winged it. No, I'm just kidding. I started with a very strong impersonation. And so every morning before I went to set, I'd stare in the mirror and say, "And there is no blue America, and there is no red America. There are the United States of America." And then when I got on set and Rich said action, Tika and Rich would remind me to dial it back and be myself, and that way I think the residue was still there, and then it would just pop up like subtly, I hope.
Thank you for pulling it back.
From the balcony.
How hard was the casting of Barack? If you could describe the process?
We had read about 20 actors for the part, and then Parker's tape came in, and it was pretty much the red and blue state reading that he just gave. And I was like, no. But our casting director had the insight to say, no, there's something more. Turn the volume down and watch him without the impersonation. And I'm really grateful that she said that, because without that, there was clearly a lot going on. And we got on the phone. I said, hey, just drop the president. You're a guy trying to get a girl. And as soon as I said that, Parker just kind of hung up, and the next day a tape came in, and it was essentially the performance that you saw tonight.
We have time for one more question. Over here, lady in the striped sweater.
You both did such a beautiful job, so I just want to say that. Sorry.
Thank you.
Great job. And I'm wondering if it got picked up. Will it be in theaters?
We hope so. I mean,
There's a very good chance. There's a lot of interest right now, so we're working on it.
Thank you for coming down.
we'll make sure you tweet and talk about it. That helps. Thanks, guys.